The internet is that friend that his life is an absolute mess. You never expect anything from him. You know your birthday is coming, he will never say happy birthday to you. Like there's absolutely no chance that he remembers. He's just gone. And even though you don't expect anything from him, he still manages to every single time disappoint you. What did the internet do this time? Well, I'm going to speak about something that they didn't do. You know how back in the day the internet could organize some real life events like going to raid the 51 area and there were just a lot of people reuniting and running like Naruto? Well, that was pretty cool thing about the internet, right? Just the community coming together for something in particular, for a major cause. And you would think that that is something really easy to replicate, right? Because it thrives on human nature. People want to form communities and do something about it, but there are some communities that absolutely cannot agree on doing something, even if there's potential monetary savings. And I'm particularly speaking in this occasion about the Nintendo Switch 2 and how much of a success it has been, which as a Nintendo fan myself makes me really happy and mad at the same time. Like I'm really happy that Nintendo is doing very well because that means I will get to play a little bit more of my Pokemons and my The Legend of Zeldas and all of that. But at what cost? Literally at what cost? So I've seen these last weeks that they announced the Nintendo Switch 2 properly. There has been a whole movement of people saying, okay, let's boycott Nintendo. When Nintendo releases the pre-sales, let's all get together, drink some Coca-Cola and not buy the pre-sales. That way Nintendo will get the message. People do not want to pay $450 for the Nintendo Switch 2, so we could potentially get it a little bit cheaper. They could even remove $50 from the price. And this is something that we know that can absolutely happen because it happened with the Nintendo 3DS. I remember back in the day when the 3DS was first released, the price was $250, but it was absolutely not a success. So Nintendo said, you know what? Parents are not buying this for their children. Let's give them a better price. Let's go for $169. And that absolutely worked. And Nintendo 3DS came to be one of the most successful consoles of all time. So in my peanut brain, I was thinking, well, maybe just Nintendo fans. We all love Nintendo. It's nothing personal against them. But if we could get the price $50 cheaper, that would be amazing for everybody, right? It's still not a cheap console. Nintendo will not lose money for making it $50 cheaper. And I know this consensus will not be for 100% of the people. I know there's people that are very happy to pay $450. It's not a terrible price, it's not super expensive, it's just, it could be better. But after the recent news that the Nintendo Switch 2 launch is breaking sales records in terms of console launches, I even think that there would be people paying $700 for the Nintendo Switch 2 on release day they don't even care about. Now I want to be very clear, I never thought that they would just only sell 10,000 copies. It's a massive flop. Now we're gonna have to make it cheaper. I never expected that. I always knew a lot of people were going to pre-order it and it was going to be a massive, huge success. But come on man, I thought at least we could make it not record breaking. Like this is insane. This is when you realize that the internet is just full of garbage. There were millions of people commenting on videos and making tweets about, yeah, no, let's boycott the Nintendo Switch. These were the first people that went and pre-ordered it. Like, the hypocrisy here is absolutely incredible. Let me just read to you how much of a successful console launch the Nintendo Switch 2 is having even before releasing. Nintendo Switch 2 launch might break sales records. Nintendo Switch 2 launch is launching on June 6, 2025. Pre-orders for the console have been going live all over the world. North America was earlier this week, joining Europe and Japan in offering reservations to eager customers. Sellouts have been everywhere, and according to Nintendo president Shuntaro Furukawa, the company will not be able to sate, I don't know what that means, sate demand at launch in Japan. In a post on Nintendo's official Japanese X account, Furukawa said the following. Now pay attention here because this is very important. Hello, this is Furukawa. We have been procuring many materials and proceeding with production in advance so that we can deliver the Nintendo Switch 2 to you. On April 2nd, we announced details about the Nintendo Switch 2 and started accepting applications for the lottery sale on the My Nintendo store. As a result, we received an extremely large number of applications, approximately 2.2 million. That number is absolutely insane, Jesus. people in Japan alone. Just in Japan, now imagine in the US and Europe, like the amount of money they have right now, mind-boggling for real. However, this number far exceeds our expectations and far exceeds the number of Nintendo Switch 2 consoles that can be delivered from the My Nintendo store on June 5th. That is absolutely crazy. Imagine just in Japan, 2.2 million. How many citizens does Japan even have? I think it has less than that. What do you mean? Well, no, I'm just absolutely crazy. It's more than 100 million people. Okay, well, I mean, still a pretty huge success. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting to trust the people on internet. Of course, I shouldn't have trusted them. Even when I was watching all these videos and tweets of don't buy the Nintendo Switch 2, let's make it a little bit cheaper. I knew that was all BS. I knew they were absolutely not going to do that. I knew I was about to get betrayed by the internet people. And what worries me about this is the precedent, the message that we're giving to Nintendo. Please, Nintendo, charge us more. We don't care how expensive it is. Just charge us more. We'll pay you. Like, we're on our knees begging them to charge us some money, literally. Which, I mean, it's fair. They make really, really good games. It's my favorite video game franchise of all time, Nintendo. So I cannot be mad at this. I am really happy that Nintendo is thriving right now. But I also was considering, nobody's going to buy the welcome tour for the Nintendo Switch, right? Like, it's just basically a tech demo that they're putting on a pedestal and we will charge you $10 for it. It's not much. Yeah, it's not much, but this should be free. What are you speaking about? Like, this is not even a full game. This is just to know the controllers and the console itself. Like, I'm pretty sure this will have zero replayability. Am I the only one who thinks this should have been absolutely free? And I was not worried. I was like, people are not dumb. People will not buy this. But now that I know people don't care and will pay any price for Nintendo, I wouldn't even be surprised if Nintendo starts charging us for air or something. I mean, the thing is, I also have a channel in which I speak about video games, so I will probably end up buying. That's the really sad part. I am part of the problem, guys. Yes, I am a hypocrite. I just know that if I become a really big YouTuber, people will take that I'm a hypocrite clip and they will post it everywhere if I have like a controversy or something. That's right, for my future haters, I'm giving you ammo to attack me. You know, I think it's a bigger debate about video games. I feel like, yeah, I don't want to be mean to the people developing games because I do feel like they deserve, or well, let me rephrase it. Like, there are games that I'm very happy to pay $60, $70, $80 for. Like, for all the people criticizing the Mario Kart 9 price, which is like $80, like, I understand, but I also do think that the effort that the people developing it put into the game is worth that. Like, I think it's worth 1,000 million, but yeah, I don't think that should mean that we have to pay significantly more for the games, right? Also, with the Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, I don't think we should have to pay $10 to play it, but that is not to say that the value of it is not $10. Maybe it was a very passionate team developing it. It's an interesting debate. It's not about the valuing what people do. I think people developing are very novel and they try to give their best. So I don't want to come across as a cheap person like, oh, why do I have to pay $10 for this game that somebody developed? Like, I understand that, but in a business sense, it would really make sense that they just included that game with the Nintendo Switch 2 for free. And that absolutely does not imply that the developers didn't do a good job or that they shouldn't have get paid. I say this because I've seen some people on Twitter, which I know I shouldn't take very seriously, but some people on Twitter being like, so you don't want these people to get paid for their hard work? Well, no, that's not it. Of course they get paid. Imagine if they didn't, that would be crazy. That argument just falls flat. But yeah, you know that you can never really trust the internet and what they say they will do, because people do not speak with their money. People just speak and they say they will do things in an app, but then do another thing in real life. So a Switch 2 discount in the near future, I see it very unlikely. I think it will still be $450, which, I mean, at the end of the day, it's fine. It's not a terrible price. But yeah, I just wanted to speak a little bit about that. That's about it. See ya.